Good evening and welcome once again to the Whiskey Cowboy Live. Tonight's date is April 3rd, 2024. It is a Wednesday. I'll wait for everyone to come in. Everybody's late. Late. I know we got folks showing up today. Sunday's show was Easter Sunday. And I shut the show down 20 minutes in. Hey, Judy. Judy's in the show. She said, "Howdy, Cowboy." I guess right after I shut the show down, a bunch of the folks decided they were going to come and join. And they were just late. It was too late. I waited until 20 after. It's like, well. So we have some carryover topics from what was going to be the Sunday show. And some new topics. Today's coffee is hazelnut cream from New England brand. Nummy. Let's see what we got going on here. Some topics throwing out here to pass the time till folks meander on in. Let's see here. Lot of posts on Facebook today. I got 14, now 15, notifying folks of the show. If you see a post of mine hit your feed sometime during the day, make sure that at least by the end of the day, you follow it into my page itself. Because there's probably a crap load of stuff that didn't make it to you. Dinner tonight was wrapped chicken strips. Chicken breast, sliced, wrapped. We do all sorts of bacon wrapped. Do all sorts of different types. Sometimes we do cayenne pepper and barbecue sauce. Sometimes we just do no bacon. We'll do some lemon pepper. There's all sorts of ways. Tonight we did, let's see here, cayenne pepper, chicken seasonings, garlic salt, Italian seasonings, and bacon. Oh, goodness. That one snuck up on me. Sorry about that. Didn't get a chance to hit the mute. And wrap with bacon, put in there. Served with a diced cheesy potato side and some green beans. Oh, my nose itches like crazy tonight. Hey, Pat. Pat says, good evening. Good evening, Pat. Welcome to the show. Oh, let's see here. Let's go to analytics there. We got more than 2 people watching the show. Folks need to say hello. Got a good connection. Got the storm coming in. I had posted up that the largest egg producer in the country, they've got bird flu in two of their facilities. Judy says, I went to your page early and it showed me 3 posts and wouldn't let me go any further. I kept having to go in. But yeah, sorry about that. I think Facebook is also upgrading their system again. But yeah, so I posted up about chickens and stuff. Okay. Pat said the same thing. They'd only let him see about three posts. They had to reload, and then they could see more. There's Peggy. Hey there. It's nice to have a free evening. Indeed it is. Back to my chickens. So, yeah. So I mentioned that it was... if you raise chickens for eggs, you're not getting cheap eggs unless you're raising a lot of chickens and they're free range. Other than that, your per egg cost goes up. But the eggs are a hell of a lot better. And if anything happens in the egg supply line, you're not affected. I get 4 to 7 per day. It's enough for me to take care of my household's needs as well as every week give to friends and family. So Gus and Sally, they get eggs quite often. They ran out. They ran out today. Today. So I'm like, hey, yeah, I'll get you another dozen. So by the end of the week. Well, I said by the end of the week, and then he said he just ran out today. So I said, how about tomorrow? But we got a storm coming in. See, that's where the train of thought went. Where do you get on that? Well, I said the storm's coming in. The storm's coming in. It's raining. It was raining, snowing, and sleet earlier. Now it's just rain. It's supposed to keep going until tomorrow evening with a mix, and you get further up north, and they said they're supposed to get a lot of snow. I don't think we're going to get a lot of snow. I hope not. Judy says they're so much tastier. No, she didn't say that. She said they are so much more tasty. I have a friend that hooks me up too. Yeah. Got dark orange, almost red yolks. Good and rich. Oh. Good eggs, tasty eggs. I think Gus said they were making desserts out of the eggs, the last eggs. I had my youngest and her fellow, they brought me over 2 weeks ago. They'd made chocolate mousse out of the eggs. Brought that over. Okay, so yeah. Oh, it depends. Yeah, you guys notice the Depends packaging in the stores? I've been meaning to mention that, and I keep forgetting. I didn't forget today, so I went online and I grabbed an assortment of screen captures from. You just do a Google search. It Depends. And pull up the packaging, and it's like, what is there an epidemic of mid-20s to mid-30s guys that have incontinence problems, because that's who they really like to use on their packaging. It's like, gals, I get it, because they can have bladder issues, and a lot of times after they give birth, they can have weak bladder muscles and stuff. So yeah, I get it. So especially at night, I get it. But guys, what the, really? Let me pull this up. Let me pull up the. There we go. Here's the. Yeah, it's not too big. Let's see. Here we go. That still didn't get it. Yeah, this guy's got to be what, 20, mid-20s. There's another one. Clearly fit young guy. It ain't an older guy. There's another guy. He's clearly what, maybe 30, mid-20s to 30. There's another guy. Looks like he might be early 20s to mid-20s. Looks almost like a wrestler or a football player. Like, really, that's who their target demographic is for Depends. I mean, it might make an older feller feel better about himself, but yeah, I don't see that's the problem. Pat says, heard about the storm. You getting it? I just talked about the storm, Pat. I said it came in. It started in earlier this evening. We had rain, snow, and sleet. Mostly rain. And it turned mostly to rain. It's still about 34 out there, so it ain't too bad. Supposed to continue on until tomorrow night. Early evening. So we'll see how it goes. Up north, there should be getting some snow. I don't think they're going to get snow here. But it's really weird because Gus may get snow and I may not get snow. And yet we're not that far apart. How's the volume level out there? 222-1212. Shows I'm peaking in the red, so it should be okay. Man, my nose itches. It's weather. Plus, I got the fan going. You can probably hear that in the background. Getting warm up here in the studio. Let's start in now on my first topic. This would have been the topic on Sunday. I could get in and I could bloviate about Biden and his choice of putting out the proclamation on Friday, which was Good Friday, about the day of transsexual visibility on Sunday. That's a horse that's been beaten a lot. He knew, they knew. Had a guy compliment me out my purse today. Okay, that's kind of off track, but I'm sure it was a pretty purse. Okay, so he knew, and then the folks that are defending it are like, oh, it's always been on March 31st. It's like, yeah, it has, but as a professed Christian, even though he has made letters, it was just weird. Yeah. I don't know, maybe he likes purses. I get compliments all the time. Usually about my hat, my belt buckle, or my gun. That's it. Hat, belt buckle, belt buckle, It's going to be one of those nights. Belt buckle or gun. Yeah. So as somebody who professes to not only be a Christian but a devout Catholic, my ass, you have to pick and choose when there is you can't play politics. You can play politics. I don't agree with it, but you can play politics when there is no conflict. But when there's a conflict, you'd better make a freaking decision. And he made his decision. He made his decision to shit all over the Christian holiday. Arguably the most holy holiday in the Christian calendar. That and Christmas. You got other nice, you got Passover, you got all sorts of stuff like that. But yeah, so he chose. But let's set that aside. Let's set that aside, because that motherfucker is going to have to deal with it after he dies. So he can deal with that. But okay, let's talk about the other issue. Is the fact that it was a day of transsexual visibility. Really? Really? 365 damn days a year, we get nothing but that shit shoved in our face. They need a special day of visibility? Peggy says, somehow I don't think his ploy at voting demographics will bear fruit. Yeah, I'm not even gonna fathom a guess on exactly why he did what he did. I just point out that he did it and he's going to have to deal with it. Definitely didn't gain him any votes. I'd say it probably hurt him. And he doesn't need to be hurt anymore. But let's back to the day of visibility. Day of visibility. Now y'all can probably remember, because you're old enough, back in the 60s and 70s, when what came from the gay and lesbian community was they just wanted to be left alone. They wanted to do everything that you do. They want to be left alone. They want you out of their bedroom, and they want to be treated just like everybody else. Remember that? Just like everybody else. Man, my nose is itching. Just like everybody else. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's take a look at this right here. Let's take a look about getting treated just like everybody else. This here is from GSCC, MSU.edu. MSU, that's probably Missouri State University. Education Observance Days, LGBTQIA2S plus days of observation. Let me see what they have here. Aromantic Spectrum Awareness Week. A week. Okay? It's a week of February 14th, right after Valentine's Day. A week to promote information and awareness about aromantic spectrum identities and issues they face. A fucking week. That's a week. March 31st, of course, Trans Day of Visibility. All right. April 26th, Lesbian Visibility Day. So they get their own. Let's see lesbians, because we don't know about lesbians either. May 17th, International Day of Homophobia, Transphobia, and Biphobia, to raise awareness of violence, discrimination, abuse, and repression of LGBT communities worldwide. Okay. May 19th, Agender Pride Day, a day celebrating internationally to promote awareness of agender individuals. Stop. May 24th, Pansexual and Panromantic Awareness Day. May 24th. An annual day to promote awareness of and celebrate pansexual and panromantic identities. For anybody doesn't understand pansexual, that's bisexual. That means you're attracted to freaking everything. We're just coming up with new fucking names for everything. Okay, June, the whole month of June is LGBT Pride Month. June 12th is Pulse Night of Remembrance. That's the annual day where they remember the loss of 49 LGBT people in the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando, Florida. So they get a day for perpetuity about that. June 28th, Stonewall Riots anniversary. Another claimed affront to the community. Okay, the week surrounding July 14th, Non-Binary Awareness Week. That's a week dedicated to non-binary people. No such fucking thing. But they got a week on it. July 14th, Non-Binary People's Day. So you get a whole week, but then you get a specific day dedicated to non-binary people. Okay. September 16th through 22nd, Bisexual Awareness Week. Okay, that's self-explanatory. September 23rd, Celebrate Bisexuality Day. So you get a full week of bisexual awareness, and then you get the day afterwards, it's to celebrate that. So that's a week in one day. Okay. October is LGBT History Month. The whole fucking month of October, LGBT History Month. October 8th, Lesbian Day. Well, Jesus, didn't we already have a Lesbian Visibility Day early in the year? Yes, we did. But that's not good enough. And you don't get not good enough to have a whole month to cover it. We got to break it down. Lesbian Day, October 8th. Oh, shit. October 11th, smack dab in the middle of LGBT History Month, is National Coming Out Day. National Coming Out Day. Okay, how about this? Pronouns Day is the third Wednesday in October. So that, of course, changes depending upon the year. Third Wednesday of October is Pronouns Day. That's the third Wednesday of October. The third Thursday of October is Spirit Day. Day to support LGBTQ plus youth who are victims of bullying and blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. Okay. Last full week in October is Asexual Awareness Day. That's a week to promote awareness of those who on the asexual spectrum. October 26th is Intersex Awareness Day. I'm going to abbreviate this because, as you see, this is going on here. November has Trans Awareness Month. Remember, we've got Trans Day of Visibility that we just had. We had several trans days. Now we have Trans Awareness Month. They have a whole fucking month. Really, a whole month. First Sunday of November is Transparent Day. Not people are invisible. That would be nice. Wouldn't that be nice? One day where the alphabet mafia was transparent. You could see right through them. Didn't even notice them. But okay, transparent, as in parents who are trans. November 8th, Intersex Day of Remembrance. November 13th through 19th, Gus says, slow down. I can't put this in my calendar. Hey, I'll send you. I worked up a spreadsheet. I'll send it to you. It's in mine. Let's see here. Intersex Day of Remembrance. Okay, November 13th through 19th, Trans Awareness Week. So we've got Trans Awareness Month, Trans Awareness Day, Trans Visibility Day, and Trans Awareness Week. November 20th, Transgender Day of Remembrance. December 1st is World AIDS Day. Okay, that's, hey, don't worry. We just getting started, because here's another list from glad.org. That's the Gay and Lesbian Awareness, blah, 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 whatever the hell they are. February 7th, National Black HIV and AIDS Awareness Day. Now, all the HIV and AIDS awarenesses is about homosexuals. Because while it affects other people, it's primarily a homosexual disease. And you know it because all the medications that they have, I'm sure they've went into your YouTube shit where they pop up an ad in the middle of something you're watching. Oh, yeah, Revictia or some Bavictia or Navictia or whatever the hell it is to help HIV and AIDS. They're all gay people on it. They don't have any straight people on that. Peggy says, I'm feeling cheated. Yeah, well, no, we just begun, Peggy. Okay, we talked about the day after the week after Valentine's Day. Okay, then February 28th is HIV is not a crime awareness day. March, Bisexual Health Awareness Month. Let's see here. Week varies in March. In other words, the week changes for the National LGBT Health Awareness Week. Then March 10th is National Women's and Girls HIV and AIDS Awareness Day. March 20th is National Native HIV and AIDS Awareness Day. March 31st is International Trans Day of Visibility. Okay, we got that. April 6th, International Asexual Day. April 10th, National Youth HIV and AIDS Awareness Day. Third Friday of April is a day of silence. That's for all who've been lost, I guess, of HIV. April 18th, National Transgender HIV Testing Day. So, Transgender HIV Testing Day gets its own day. April 18th, Non-Binary Parents Day. April 26th, Lesbian Visibility Day. May, first Sunday in May is International Family Equity Day, or Family Equality Day. That's where they focus on families that don't have straight people as mothers and fathers. That's what that day is. May 17th, International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia, and biphobia. We already did that. Okay, May 19th, National Asian and Pacific Islander HIV and AIDS Awareness Day. May 22nd, Harvey Milk Day. He was a gay mayor, I think, of San Francisco or something like that. May 24th, Pansexual and Panromantic Awareness and Visibility Day. June, okay, we already said that. It's LGBTQ Pride Month, the whole month. Then June 1st is LGBTQ Families Day, but I thought they already had another freaking day for families. June 12th is Pulse Remembrance. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, look, I can't do this. I can't do this. Every single month, there's 2, 3, 5, 7, 10 days. I was going to say, we'll just go through it, and it's like, look, I done what? 10 minutes? 10 minutes of not even talking slow. I was talking rather fast, and I didn't even get through half of the days. So this we want to be treated just like everybody else. We're just like everybody else. Bullshit. 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 This crap needs to stop. Do what the hell you want to do. But don't gaslight me on this shit. You want to have all these days, have all these days. But don't say that you want to be treated just like everybody else. Pat says, didn't the alphabet folks and trans folks have the whole month of June? Yes. They have 3 months. 3 months. 3 months. And that's not including special days within the months. Where the hell is a straight awareness day? Where the hell is a straight pride month? Straight history month? You don't have, because that's it. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Judy says, I'm choking on it. They like to shovel it down our throats. Right. And again, it's not even the fact that they're doing it. It's the fact that they're claiming otherwise. It's the gaslighting about it. You want to be treated like everybody else? Bullshit. Bullshit. Enough. Enough. I didn't even get through half of them. Not even through half of them. I think the days total, I forget what it is. It's about 100. It's somewhere between 150 and 200 days out of the year. It's at least somewhere. It should be close to 150 at least. Days out of the year. Gus says, I want a Gus day. We'll figure out what day that is, Gus. We'll get you a Gus day. I was like, holy shit. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Like I said, I'll play it any way you want. But don't try to play it both ways and then gaslight about the whole situation. You want to be special? Fine. Fine. You're special. You want all these days? Fine. Give you all these days. But then just don't claim that you're so marginalized. Bitch, you own over 3 months worth. Over 3 months worth of days. A John day. John day. Every day's a John day. Every time you go to the bathroom, think of John. No, but it's like, come on. Like I said, for marginalized people, be it the alphabet mafia, be it they say females, no, or minorities, no. All the people that they claim are marginalized get the biggest voice in society. They get the biggest spotlight. And I could care less one way or the other. Do it. I don't care. I've already said, we have always been a female-centric society. We give grace to female. We carry the weight. We expect less of them than we expect of our men. Yes, I get it. Good. Fine. Don't care. Good. But then don't shit on men and say that we ain't worth shit. Peggy says, and stop trying to recruit kids. Oh, my God. Oh, you're going to get me going in another direction there. I'd posted up about the libraries in what state was that? Was it Washington State? Let me scroll on down here. I posted about that the other day. Oh, there's nothing. Facebook notified. Hey, you got a message. Hey, you didn't respond to a message. Hey, they didn't respond to you. Yes, we did. Leave me alone. Stop it. Okay, let's try to find out where that state was that's doing the... Vermont. Sorry. Vermont. Pushing another law which prevents public and school libraries from removing protected class of books. That's books that are involved with gender identity, race, and sexual health. Which means everything the left wants to push down our children's throats, that's what they want in your libraries. And this bill, if made a law, would mean you couldn't as a parent have them removed. And they want to lower the childhood privacy age. In other words, what the child is looking at in the library, as well as signs out of the library. That the parents can't see that list. They can't see it. They can't go and say, I want to see what they've been reading. The library is going to go, no, you can't see it. It's currently 16. I think it should be 18. If you are legally responsible for your child and their actions, you should damn well have access to all their records. Doesn't matter whether medical, school, library, doesn't matter. If you are legally responsible, you should be able to see that shit. They want to lower it to 12-year-olds. That if a 12-year-old goes into a school or a public library, they can check out any book that they like. And the parents don't get to know about it. Even if they ask, they're denied. Ain't that a bunch of hornswoggle? Absolutely insane. Vermont. What a freaking piece of shit state that is. Beautiful state. Beautiful state. Parts of it. If you stay on the main drags and you hit the touristy areas, absolutely beautiful. Get off the main drags and go on the other roads. It's like Beverly Hillbillies. Got trashed houses, cars, and junk everywhere. Don't believe me? Start driving around Vermont sometimes. The vast majority of Vermont looks like a few places in New Hampshire. We've talked about some of them places. But, yeah. No, parents need to take back their rights. They need to say no more of this crap. Now I'm going to get Gus worked up here. Let me pull this up here. I posted up about, let's see if I can pull Shane and Jennifer DeGrasse out of Washington State. Before we get into that, let me first we may swing back into this, but here's number one. Child family courts are the shit. Don't get involved in them. Do not let them get their hands on you. Number two, CPS, Child Protective Services. Do not let them darken your doorstep. They show up at your doorstep, you tell them, go the fuck away. CPS does more harm, way more harm, than the good they profess to be doing. Them in concert with guardian ad litems. Yeah, two noble ideas that tend to be filled with shit people that are going to fuck up your life. and they think they have authority. Did you know the CPS does not have any more authority than anybody else? There is no need for CPS. If there's any crimes that are being committed, there's already laws on the books, and there's systems in place to take care of it. You didn't need CPS. No, but they give these little fat fucker guys and gals, little whiny puss ants, little clipboards and little name tag thingy, and they go and knock on doors, and people think, oh, it's CPS, so let me come in and see your kids and talk to your kids. Let me show you my puckered asshole and you can kiss it. Get the fuck away from me. You go, wow, John is worked up. Yeah, I've had to deal with CPS. Last time I dealt with them because people were making false and outright nasty fucking claims. The last of which was, I would, when my youngest was of breastfeeding age, that I would take the child off of the missus and I would breastfeed myself in front of all the kids. Number one, my youngest wasn't breastfed. And there's reasons for that, and I'm not going to get into it. So it was an improbability. But I even asked them, I'm like, let's say that happened. What law did I break? And they're like, none. Then why the fuck are you here? Didn't happen, but why are you here? That was the third time. And I told them outright, and I said, look, if you people come to my house again and want to talk to my children, or if you go to the school and talk to my children, I will find you and I'm going to put you in the hospital. It was the last we ever heard of those fuckers. I'm tired of this. I'm just doing my job shit. You're ruining lives. And all it takes is somebody with a that's pissed off, has a wild hair across their ass, to call those fuckers up, and they'll ruin somebody's life. And they come swooping in because they're the heroes. You're not the hero. Go away. Go away. If there's an actual crime that's been committed, there are mechanisms in place, like red flag laws. There's no need for it. There's already mechanisms in every state. You don't need red flag laws. You don't need to violate somebody's rights. You don't need to circumvent the system. Peggy says, once you become a parent, you will worry the rest of your life. Now I worry about my grandkids driving around ignorant drivers. But, yeah, CPS, worthless. Guardian ad litems, worthless. Family court, worthless. So don't do it. Now we come down to state regulating. As for you, Gus. State, I know you, boy, yeah, John got worked up, yeah. Tell you, John tells you do not darken my doorstep or talk to my kids or you're going in the hospital. You better well listen. Because I give two shits. My family is important to me. Leave us alone. But this couple, they're in Washington State. And they had already been foster parents. They'd had 3 children already. So they were in the system. They were fine. And they went to renew, because every few years you have to renew your foster care license. So they had to renew their license. And the state changed a bunch of stuff. They changed some stuff. And they denied them. They denied them. What they denied them for is, under the new rules in Washington State, SMUT, under the new rules, you have to say, and you have to abide by this. Hey, Orion, how you doing? You have to abide by that. You must call the child by the gender that they choose and the name they choose, even if that contradicts biology and their legal name. Okay? So you get a kid showing up at you, get a foster kid, and Billy says he's Susie and he's a girl, you got to call him Susie, even though his name is Billy, and you got to call him a she. You get Janet that shows up and she says she's Billy and a boy. You got to call her him and Billy, though her legal name is Susie. If you don't do that, you can't foster children. Guess what? Gets even worse than that. You must also provide resources that support and affirms the race, religion, culture, and SOGI, which is sexual orientation and gender identity and expression of the child. Okay, we'll talk about the second part first. Number one, so if they're Chinese and they come from a culturally Chinese family, you've got to feed them Chinese food and wear Chinese garb. No, see what they do is they add these other things: race, religion, culture, whatever. I got a solution for all of that anyways. I got a solution. Watch this. How's about matching children up with, if it's a Jewish child that needs foster care, place them in a home that can provide them with the classic Jewish meals. It's pretty simple. Race doesn't matter. Ethnicity doesn't matter. If there's a need. Hey, if they're of the LGBTQ religion, how's about just placing them in with a family that goes along with that hornswoggle? But, yeah, okay, so what else we got here? So the resources and suggestions from the state are, if you got a LGBTQ foster child, give them pride flags and put pride decorations up around the house. Take them to pride parades and other pride activities, like drag queen story hour and all this other crap. You got to do that. You got to do that. Well, they said, no, we can't do that. We can't do things that are against our religion. And like I said, the simple answer is just don't put those kids in with Christian families that actually follow their faith. Like there aren't enough lefty liberals out there willing to take kids? Put them there. Well, they were denied their license, and even the foster agency that they were working with, they even lobbied on their behalf. They're like, this is crazy. These people are good. These are good foster parents. They've already had 3 children in their home. Got a good record, solid, steady family. And they're doing it because Scripture told them that they should take care of widows and orphans. So that's what they're doing. Not all foster children are orphans, but same principle. So that's why they do it. So they're taking the state to court, and the court is probably going to get smacked down on this again, like they just did a few years ago. They tried this shit, and the courts ruled, no, Washington State, you can't do this, because that's discrimination. You can't discriminate against the people because of their religion. You got to treat them like everybody else, and putting these arbitrary rules on it that goes against their religion violates that. They might as well say, this is the same way. That's like going, hey, if you're a nigger, you can't have any foster kids. It's the same thing. Same thing. Oh, wait, but race and religion aren't the same thing. Well, you know what? They like to throw them all in there the same. So play their own damn rules. Play their own damn rules. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Pat says parents better be making a big deal of noise about the garbage. I was surprised to hear this about Con 2. What Con 2? I must have missed something. We're going to hell in a handbasket, folks. I posted up an article today. Faith, religion, and culture are not divorced from each other. See, the left thinks you can divorce. They want to live in a Christian cultural society with all of the goodies that came about because of it, tolerance and individuality and stuff like that, and treating people fairly. And then they want to warp it to their ends and throw out the religion and try to keep the rest. It doesn't work like that. As soon as you throw out the religion, culture is formed by religion, not the other way around. And if it isn't a spiritual religion, it is a social religion. Communists, they're not religious. They're anti-religion. It now becomes a secular social religion. And that shapes their culture. Islamic nations, their culture is shaped by Islam, their religion. Hindu nations, their culture is shaped by their religion. I can keep listing this all day long. It's culture is shaped by religion. Religion is not shaped by culture, or damn well shouldn't be, because as soon as it starts to, the religion falls apart. And then when the religion falls apart, there is nothing that saves the culture. And now in the West, we've got Islam moving in. Christianity is on the decline. Islam is on the rise. And do you think that the left is going to play patty foots with Islam? They're all fine and dandy now because they fetishize Islam. Soon as Islam reaches a tipping point, it then dominates, controls, squashes, and kills all that is not Islam. Now they kill all that's Islam too. It's in their nature. Bunch of rattlers. People need to wake up. We will not be able to keep a Christian culture minus the religion. It doesn't happen. As I point out, people say, oh, well, Europe and the West wasn't always Christian. No, it wasn't. And the cultures weren't the same either. You can only say that you wish that you were living in those other cultures because you don't live in those cultures. That's the same way as people in the United States preaching communism and socialism. The only reason why you do that is because you don't live there. Nothing's stopping you from moving to a communist or a socialist country. Nothing. You can do it. You only LARP at being a communist and a socialist because you enjoy the protections and the fruits and the greatness of not being in a communist or socialist culture. Yeah. People need to wake up. Going to get rough before we die. But our grandchildren? Shit don't get straightened out. Our grandchildren or our great-grandchildren. Not our grandchildren. Maybe by the time they die. But definitely our great-grandchildren. They're going to see it. If things do not get straightened out. Folks may have noticed that on Facebook, my whiskey posts, they're limited to only followers of my content. It's because I get hammered with spam. I'm tired of it. Everybody's quiet. What everybody do? So I can tell you're not messaging each other because I'd see him up there. Everybody's quiet. They're like, no, John's yakking. Judy says, thank you for that. For what? Limiting the comments to only followers? God, I can't tell you the number of spam accounts that I report and boot. And they just flood in. Yeah, chances are if you get notified that you got a comment and then you go and it's like, there's nothing there. Yeah, it's probably a spam bot. I took care of it. I try to keep my page as clean as possible. It doesn't have all the garbage that everybody else has on theirs. Keep it clean. You don't need that crap. I don't need that crap. And it's just rude. It's just rude. I guess, oh, join our bourbon group. There's a private group. You don't give a shit about your... Look, you just want to sell shit. Stop it. And number one, if you're a bourbon group out there or a whiskey group, you contact me and say, hey, John, do you mind if I put an advertisement up on your page? And I'll probably go, yeah, I mind. No, you can't. No, you can't. Because if somebody's looking for bourbon or whiskey groups, they go into the damn search thing and they type in bourbon and whiskey groups and they can join as many as they want. They don't need to be advertised on my page. I don't go to other people's pages and advertise my page. Doesn't matter what it is. You want to join the discussion. You want to talk about if I post up bourbon or rye or scotch or whatever, Irish, whatever I happen to be posting up on. Whether it's off of a review or just telling you what I happen to be drinking that evening. And you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. That's not a problem. You want to come and say, hey, I got some of this in stock. No, you don't. No, you don't. You're probably a third party working for a beverage distribution center, and you're going to send them a link, and you're going to get a cut of the sale. And the person's going to spend almost as much on damn shipping as they did the bottle itself. Stop it. That's why I stick to whiskey in my market. It costs too much to ship to me. Hey, it's great if somebody wants to ship me a bottle or two or whatever. The address is pinned on my Facebook page. They can send it to me. I've had manufacturers, distilleries send me whiskey. That's great. But I'm not going to order it from another state and have it shipped to me. Cost too damn much. So stop trying to siphon sales off of the folks that watch my content. If they want to buy the whiskey, they know how to buy the whiskey. If I put up a review of a particular type of whiskey, or I post up because I'm drinking it and somebody says, oh, that looks interesting, I think I might like some. Guess what? They're not retards. They know how to find it. They're on Facebook, so they're connected to the internet. They can do a search. They probably know liquor stores in their area, and if they don't, guess what? They can do a search. It's that simple. But yet Facebook wants to limit my reach. I don't spam on people's accounts. Y'all see when that jackwagon came to my page the other day? I'm quick, though. I'm quick. Let people know. And I don't post up on everything, but sometimes just... There was a shit post page on Facebook that just... They're a liberal shit post page. They post memes that are just shit. And it came up in my feed. So I looked. Didn't go to their page. Went to their page after they... So they posted up a shit meme. It was stupid. And a bunch of people were pointing out how stupid it was. And they laid it all out. I was like, okay, good job. Ain't worth me jumping in this shit. So I go, like their post, like their post, like their post. I went to 3, 4 people. It's like, yeah, they got it covered. Then as soon as that was done, I clicked it. Boom, don't show this shit anymore. Well, about 10 minutes later, the page had come to my page and posted a clown picture on one of my posts. And as soon as they did that, they blocked me. What the hell? I didn't go to your page. I didn't shit on your page. I just liked what somebody else posted. That was it. That was it. And you're going to come to my page, shit post on my page, and then block me. What a cowardly motherfucker. That goes along with what I was saying. Hey, we live in a world that's so easy and without repercussions for things that you got a bunch of mosquitoes that think they're eagles. Oh my goodness. Welcome to my world. You guys don't see that shit though. I clean it up fast. I'm always connected. I'm always connected. I'm either in the studio and it's running and I get notified of stuff, or I'm downstairs and I have my laptop and I get notified of stuff, or I got my cell phone and I get notified of stuff and I take care of it and I get rid of it. I don't need that. You don't need that. Oh, goodness. Don't know where Laurel is. Thought she was going to be here today. Gus got quiet. He was gonna join the Zoom. He didn't. Oh, you still there, Gus? Got more viewers jumped in. Orion got quiet. He's like, yeah, shit. John was on fire. I don't want to get burnt with that shit. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of the misrepresenting of things, the gaslighting. Judy says, I was wondering about Laurel. Yeah, I thought she was going to be here. Orion's still there. Yeah, I'd forgotten about Monday. I said, Sunday, I said, oh, you're making coffee. Gus is making coffee. I said, Sunday, yeah, I'm going to do there Monday. And I forgot Mondays, I can't. Because my youngest comes over for dinner. And a lot of times it goes late. So I can't promise. So it's like, crap. It's like, well, then I can't do it Tuesday and then show on Wednesday. So, screw it. We'll just do Wednesday. I let folks know as soon as I realized it, and all the people that saw the post, and then I deleted it afterwards because the people that knew, they got the message. Crazy. Whatever. Yeah, I'm tired of the gaslighting. I'm tired of the overt racism. And again, look, and I've said this, I don't care. If you're well, I don't care about your ethnicity. If you're racist, whatever. I got far too many things in my life to worry about whether or not somebody's racist. Whether they're whites racist against blacks, whether blacks racist against whites or Hispanics or Asians racist against it, because yeah, they all are. And only people who have no idea, never been around other ethnicities, only they would think that they're not racist. They're some of the most racist. The only group out there that has pretty much stomped it out and said, no, it's unacceptable, for all intents and purposes, are whites. The other races, they don't give a shit. Hell, they're not just racist, they're micro-racist. Call a Korean a Japanese person or a Chinese person. And whatever. Call a Filipino a Japanese. See what happens. Hispanics are the same damn way. There's only unity when it's coming from the outside, but internally, man, they are so segregated. Blacks the same way. Blacks have colorism. Colorblind? My God, no. They They divide themselves over skin tone. Skin tone. You're too black. You're too light. You got the wrong hair color. You got the wrong hairstyle. You're too straight, too curly. Jesus, fixated? Yes. Whites don't care about that shit. Unless you're Irish. It's like, oh shit. John's shooting across the bow there. Look, I didn't even talk about the Polacks. It's like, yeah, we've talked about the Polish people. Like I grew up with one of my best friends was Polish. Had the official Polish joke book, big thick thing. Funny as hell. No, it's just stop it. Stop it. Stop gaslighting about it. And again, I could care less, and most people could not care any less how racist somebody is. They care about how you treat somebody. That's it. It's like, look, I don't care. Look, you can talk shit all you want behind my back. Doesn't bother me. Doesn't hurt me. You can be as racist to me all you want behind my back. Doesn't bother me. Doesn't hurt me. When you're face to face with me, be polite. Oh, it's so fake. I don't care if it's fake. Fake is some place to start. Fake is some place to start. I'm more concerned about your actions than your thoughts. I don't care what you think of me as long as you treat me well. If you smile and say, how you doing, John? How you doing, sir? You having a good day? It's fine by me. As soon as I walk away, you can think to yourself, what a fucking whitey asshole. crack a motherfucker. It's like, I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. Why the hell would it? So many people, to include other ethnicities, they worry about what everybody, and I've talked about this before, you wouldn't worry so much if you knew how little anybody actually thinks about you. And that's not an insult. Why the hell would you want people thinking about you 24 hours a day? You think you're me? You ain't worth thinking about. Who are you? Nobody thinks about you unless you're doing something stupid, or you're committing a crime, or you're otherwise being a negative influence. Nobody thinks about you. How's about this? No matter who you are, make it your goal so that when somebody thinks about you, they smile. Did you do something that made them smile? When they think about you, do they smile? I can tell you, and I don't say this because I'm tooting my own horn, because I'm a very social person. I can go into any of the stores that I frequent all the time, and all the staff are kind as hell to me. They know me. Do they know you? Do they smile? Do you talk to them? It's all people get. Just be nice. Be nice. Hey, how you doing? Hey, you look a little down today. You okay? I walk into places like Cheers. Norm! Except it's usually, hey. How you doing, Cowboy? How you doing, John? Nobody worries about me. I'm sure people don't sit at home saying, John, what a freaking racist asshole cracker he is. It's like, no. It's like, hey, how you doing? Same way with name tags. I love getting the not sure what the ethnicity is, or even if they're black, they're black, but it's like, and they got the weird names, and you just go, he's like, can you pronounce that for me? What's your ethnicity? Do you know what your name means? Just ask them. Ask them. Orion says, if they're wearing a name tag, call them by their name. Yeah, I do. Here's another thing. Instead of just calling them by their name, if they're significantly younger than you, that's fine. What I tend to do is I call people Mr. and Mrs. or Miss. So like if their name is Judy, I'm going to Miss Judy. If they're roughly my age or sometimes older, I call them Mr. Even if it's just a first name on their tab. Throw that in there. Hey, Mr. Gus. How you doing? You'd be surprised and how it will brighten people's day and everything around you changes. Just be nice. Show people respect. Don't call me. Don't call me by my first name because you see it on my damn card. Well, no. It's Mr., please. And I'll call you appropriately. You know, if you're, well, hell, even sometimes when they're teenagers, I'll sometimes throw Miss or Mr. in there too. They always get a kick out of it. Doesn't cost you anything. It also doesn't demean you in any way. Judy says it does make a difference. It does make a difference. And I always ask people how they're doing. It's amazing how many times people get thrown off guard on that, especially if it's the first time they've come up to me. Or vice versa. Hey, how you doing? I even do that if I go to a store and I'm looking for something. First thing is, hey, how you doing? I got a problem here. Doesn't cost you anything. And it's amazing. You do that and you treat people with respect. And for the vast majority, people will come back to you anyways. I'm either brother, boss, sir, Mr. in my last name. Usually. That's the default. And that's fine. I even go up to cops. The cops will say, what do you want, boss? Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I treat them with respect, too. I know their job. I used to do their job. But yeah, stop worrying about shit. Stop making stuff up. Gus says, please and thank you will make a difference. It does. Yeah, please. Hey. And thank you. And say it like you mean it because you damn well should. You damn well should. Speaking of that, and you're going, that's not what it is. Train of thought stuff. So follow me here. Texas Roadhouse opened up in Concord. Been there a couple times. Want to make sure. Wasn't that impressed the first time. Wasn't that impressed the second time. Me and the missus have decided that if we're going to go to Texas Roadhouse, unless we happen to be up in the Heights in Concord, you know, if we want to go for a dinner, we're getting in Zippy. And we're going to drive down to Manchester, even though we don't like going down there. We're going to drive down to Manchester. We're going to eat at the Texas Roadhouse in Manchester. It's better. The Concord one is brand new. It just feels off. Ceilings feel lower, way louder, but the place is smaller. The place is smaller, but it's way louder. The staff, although they're not unfriendly, they act like they'd rather be doing something else. Just the vibe is off. Something is off in the Concord location. But to be truthful, we tend to find that a lot in the Concord restaurants. Even the ones that were good about 20 years ago. Yeah, that's something that's off. Something's off. So yeah, my recommendation is if you've got the time and you can go, and you want to go to the Texas Roadhouse, go to Manchester. If you can't, fine, then, you know, whatever. The food's fine. I don't think it's as good, but it's okay. It reminds me of of good cafeteria food in the Concord location, and it shouldn't. It shouldn't. Because it doesn't in Manchester. It's the same menu. So, yeah, just something was off. We wanted to make sure before I said anything. I'm like, let's find out whether it's... Because, sometimes you go and it'll be a fluke. Wasn't a fluke. So there's that. We were all excited. Oh, Texas Roadhouse. Because if we're going to spend money, it's reasonably priced and you get good food. Good servings. It's fine. Portions. Reasonable prices. Yeah. We'll go there. But, yeah. So that was that. Yeah, be nice to people. Like I'd pointed out. Sometimes it catches me off guard. Like when I went to go check my external mail service. Okay. Hey, Mr. Cowboy. How you doing? Oh, Mr. Whiskey. Not Mr. Cowboy. Mr. Whiskey. Peggy says sometimes it takes a while for a new restaurant to hit its stride. Yeah, that's true. And I'd considered that too. So we'll wait. We'll go back. 3-4 months, we'll go back and we'll check it out. But they ain't hit their stride yet. It's like, holy crap. Again, you go there and then you go down to Manchester. You go, yeah, the staff feels so much different and the service is better and the food is better. Here's another thing. Never once when I went to the Concord location have they asked me, would you like to pick out your steak? Used to be a signature. Every time in Manchester, hey, would you like to pick out your steak? And I always go, nope, they're all good. And they are. You're not going to get a bad steak there. But not once have they asked me that. And out of all the people going into the restaurant, you'd think, yeah, that 6'4" tall cowboy guy, you might want to ask him if he wants to pick out his steak. If you're going to ask anybody, he's probably the one. Nope. No. Welcome to Texas Roadhouse. Have you eaten here before? Yeah. I've eaten in Texas too. Yeah, I've eaten in Texas. So, Gus, you didn't want to join the room. You didn't want to spout off about the foster care system. Our young gentlemen from Germany haven't stopped in. One of them stopped in the other night, and he didn't stick around too long, I don't think. At least he didn't talk much. Oh, there's Gus. And see, this time I remembered, as soon as you came in, I slid up the volume on your line.
Oh, you just leave me. Hello.
Go ahead, one more time there, Gus.
Hello.
Okay, now just talk normal.
Okay.
There you go. It's good to peek out, but when you're yelling, it's not doing. So, folks now listening in, our voices should be about even now, correct?
Maybe.
Sally there with you?
No. Actually, I have my ears down and I'm out on the porch.
Ah. Yeah.
Watching it snow.
Stop it. Stop. It wasn't snowing when I came up. It was just raining.
Yeah.
Like
the
I
ground's
mentioned.
all white.
Yeah. Ours we just had.
All white.
We had a few flakes in. I had to run and get something this afternoon. It was a mix of very few flakes, some sleet and rain. But we're good.
Yeah.
We're usually anywhere between 2 and 10 degrees warmer than you. It's amazing. I try to tell. Yeah, you brought that up. That the weather difference between where he lives and I live, even though we're not that far apart, it can be quite substantially different.
Well, that's like here in Boston where I live. If you go up Route 4, we have what we call Kobe's Hill, and it goes up in elevation probably, I don't know, 250 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And the difference between the bottom and the top is incredible.
Yeah. Well, you get the same thing, except for it's both elevation and further north between Concord and like Laconia, and then Laconia and Conway. You get weather bands, especially you see it a lot of time in the spring. Who has snow the longest? You can just watch it. Well, go the opposite way. From the south, we get cleared first, and then it keeps moving on up.
Yep.
But for us being so close, it's a big change.
It is. Because I had to run to Franklin today, and when I was up there, it had just started raining down here.
Mm-hmm.
I got up there and I bought something, and we were loading it in the truck, and it was snowing. And I drove back, and I got about halfway home, and it was raining.
Yeah, my prediction is here we're probably just going to get crap. We're predicted it's supposed to change back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So I don't see any accumulation. You may get a few inches. I think most of the build-up's going to be a bit more north.
And we'll see.
Yeah, I'm sticking to that story. We'll see how it plays out. I don't need this crap.
Saturday morning, we'll find out.
Saturday morning? Shit, it's supposed to stop tomorrow night, isn't it?
No.
Or is
no,
it supposed
to be crappy right through Friday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's supposed to stop mid-Friday. I think the missus was saying. So, yeah, so it's supposed to... We're getting crap here, but it won't really start kicking in until mid tomorrow, and then go to mid to early evening Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, damn! I'd psyched myself out for 24 hours. Ah, damn it. So no, we'll be fine.
You kept telling me to shut up.
Yeah, shut up. don't want that negativity. No.
I know.
Oh, crap. We'll get the eggs out to you.
Yeah.
It's funny because you're like, oh, no, not in the middle of a storm. Hell, I don't care if it's in the middle of the storm or not. You mean less people on the road.
then you're going to make me plow my driveway.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, if it's not too deep, I can get in there. Zippy's pretty good. All-wheel drive. Peggy says, planting zones make a difference, too. Northern Missouri is already harvesting morel mushrooms, but they aren't up here in Kansas City yet. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, planting zones. Yep.
Well, I watch a bunch of YouTube channels, and like in Indiana, they've been in shorts and T-shirt weather, and I'm like, are you kidding me? You know, and then there's some days you see them wearing a coat, but
I'm not in shorts. I haven't worn shorts in ages. I don't care if it's shorts weather or not. I haven't worn. God, when was the last? I've got shorts. Let's see here. Oh man, it's got to be over 5 years since I've worn a pair of shorts.
I live in them during the summer.
I don't. I got runner's legs. I'm not sure. I wear jeans all the time. The missus says it's fine. Yeah, I get it. But no, I wear jeans. Aren't you hot? No. No. Why? Are you hot? No. This ain't hot. No, it doesn't get hot up here. It does, but it doesn't get hot up here. Not where I say it's hot. You need to be like, I guess if you're in the upper 90s and 300% humidity, it gets kind of hot every once in a while, but normally it doesn't. Most of the time, it's fine. My son, he wears shorts all year round. It's like, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, my son would wear, well, two of my sons would wear shorts year round, but my oldest one of my older ones, the only reason he does is because he has to work in an office.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think. Well, he might. He's a barber, so I don't know whether or not he wears shorts or not. But when he's not working, it's shorts. Hey, winter jacket and shorts. Like,
Yeah,
what's wrong with you? That's not right.
yeah.
That's not right.
Well, my youngest son was over to the ocean the other day, and he ran right in, jumped right in, swam around for 10 to 15 minutes, and
Oh, hell no.
didn't bother him in the
Oh,
least.
no. No, no. The ocean doesn't start warming up until about August.
I know. And then
Go down to 4th of July and it's still freaking ice cold.
I know. Here, it's like, if it gets up to above 60, it's warm.
Yeah. But no, the lakes will warm up sooner than that. But the ocean, man, that stays cold.
Oh, yeah.
That stays cold.
Yeah.
Way too cold for me.
Oh,
I like pea warm water.
Yeah.
It's good enough for me.
Yeah. 75, and I'm happy.
Oh, yeah. I'll be in it all day. So, John, you swim? No, I didn't say I swim. I sit and I wade. I'm not a swimmer. Can I swim? Yeah, I guess. I couldn't swim until, oh, my goodness, about 20 years ago or something like that. I think I learned how to swim. I've got a negative buoyancy. We talked about this. I got a negative buoyancy. So even if I just like lay there and float, I'm under the water. so yeah, no.
That's how my mother was. The only place she could float was in the ocean.
Yeah, because of salt content.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even float there. I float about 1.5 feet to 2 feet underneath the water, and that doesn't help out unless you're wearing a snorkel.
Yeah.
Oh, I can float. I can float face down with a lung full of air, but that ain't floating for very long.
No.
It's not. Turn over on my back. Doesn't matter how much air I have. It just sink. It's like, oh Jesus. But I love being on the water.
Yeah. But not so much in it, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. I'd rather not. I'm not a bath person either, unless it's like a jetted tub. I'm not a bath person. Now I like a good hot shower, and I love a what do I call those? The heat room saunas. Saunas. I love a sauna. I don't care whether it's a wet sauna or a dry sauna. Love them. Get in there.
Never been in one.
Oh, you've never been in a sauna? Oh my goodness. They're just get it so hot that you can hardly breathe. And I just put a towel over my head and that just changes the dynamics. And then just sit there for about 15, 20 minutes. Think of you like hot showers?
Yeah. Oh, I love hot showers.
Yeah, it's like a hot shower without the water pouring down on you all the time. But it's that same misty or dry. Like I said, you can have a dry or you can have a wet sauna. And it just opens up all your pores and you sweat out anything that's bad. And then you get out and you're hit with that cold air. It's like, oh, so refreshing. Excuse me. Yeah.
Oh, I used to have a hot tub. So I used to go out in that all the time.
Yeah, hot tubs are okay. Like I said, if it's a hot tub, which would be like a jetted tub, they're okay, but I'd rather sit in a sauna. I'd rather sit in a sauna. And I don't like wet clothes on me, too, so it's like, It's like, so if I go to a lake or something like that, I'm fine if I'm in the water. As soon as I get out of the water and I'm wet and my swim trunks are wet and stuff, I don't like that. It's like, God, no, I want to be dry. I don't want wet stuff on me. No, and I hate water on my face. Don't like water on my face. No.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it. So it's like, yeah, I'm not swimming underneath the water. Definitely not opening up my eyes. Not doing any of that crap. I ain't a fish. I'll wash my face. That's fine. So, don't have a problem with that. But just generally splash of water in my face or swimming and get my head underneath the water. Oh God, I hate that. Hate water up my nose. Oh no, stop it. That's not for me. I don't understand how anyone can do that crap. Judy says, oh my God, a beautiful bubble bath, candle and smelly good body wash. Oh my God. Yeah, that's good chick stuff. That's good chick stuff.
Stop putting no pictures in my head, Judy.
And you get that bath oils, and that's fine too, except for, man, then I feel like it's not like I haven't had stuff like that, so I'm familiar with it. Then you feel greasy, you know. No. So, but yeah, you gals, you want to do that, that's fine. That's perfect.
Yeah, well, reason I don't like it is because when I look like Sasquatch, you know, I got so much hair.
Hair.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you, Gus.
Sorry. I'll put a picture out there. Sasquatch.
Sweater man. Yeah, no, I don't have like hair down my back or anything like that. I got some hair on my chest. I mean, I'm not like Tom Selleck hair or anything. No, I just got a little bit of hair. Judy says bath oils make you slide in the tub. Yeah. They do. And then they make you feel all slimy or slick or something. No. So look, nice hot shower. What would be ideal? I've never had my own shower with a seat. I'd like to sit down and take a shower. That'd be okay, but generally standing up. But yeah, sit down shower. So all the benefits of a shower, but you don't have to stand up. You can just sit there.
They sell those, you know. You can have them put in.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that.
They're for old people.
they that's their biggest customer base, but
it is.
Hey, you don't have to be old.
I know that.
No. Plus, I could get a stool. Just put a stool in there and put some rubber feet on the bottom so it doesn't slide around the bottom of the tub. We got a clawfoot tub.
Yeah.
So good and deep. But yeah.
So to the foster care.
Oh, we don't want to hear about that now, Gus.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you hit upon some things that I would have to say is very true because, like I said to you in the post, is I was a foster parent for 17 years, and we had to be licensed every single year. So for those 17 years, we had to pass tests. We had to be certified. I had an FBI background check done every single year. So, you know, that's why I have nothing to hide. I'm as clean as a whistle.
Oh, yeah, I don't have any problems with that.
But what they do is I can't speak for other states. I can speak for New Hampshire. And what they do with the foster care is once you become a foster parent, you do have the option to pick and choose who you want, you know, what children you want to take.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And they don't always tell you the whole truth.
Well, so I wouldn't imagine, yeah.
And the only time that you don't have any choices is when you become an emergency foster care parent.
Yeah.
Which you have to have a bed ready 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they can call you at 2 o'clock in the morning, and you have to open your house up right then and there.
Right, well, you're an emergency provider.
Right.
So, yeah.
And that's all well and good. But some of the things that they do, I agree with you. They go in and they do things when they shouldn't be there, because just because the situation, it may not fit their normal family makeup,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of times it's what the kids are used to, and they see nothing wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking abuse. I'm talking like, somebody has a dirty house, or, things like that. And they go in and they yank the kids out, and then they disrupt them, and the kids are messed up. So they don't know what to do and all of that. And the psychological trauma that does to kids is incredible, just for things like that.
Mm.
But when they have abuse and things like that they go in and they take, because I can tell you stories, and it's awful what some parents do.
Yeah, I mean, there's good and there's bad. There's good and there's bad. And the problem I've seen is a lot of good people get run out. And the bad people, it's amazing how many bad people have been in the system for so long. And they just continue to do the shit that they do. It's like, man, you guys are focusing on the wrong damn people.
Well, I've been, with Child and Protective Services, been at their office, and you go down, you're in there waiting, to go in and see the social worker for one of the kids or whatever, and you see these people come in, and they go in. These are just parents, and they're parents that have, in need of help, and they go there and they get the help from them. They drive in a Cadillac Escalade.
Mm.
They get out, they walk in, and they've got a cell phone, and they're dressed to the max, but yet they're going in to get their food stuff.
Yeah.
Or, it's like, are you kidding me? It's stuff like that. And things like that burn my ass.
Oh yeah,
and,
yeah. We've touched on that more than once on the show. Judy says in Oklahoma they straight up lie to you. I did it and was completely lied to. They literally put my life in danger. It was the worst thing that she ever went through. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's been some kids that have come to this house that I couldn't wait for them to leave. And it's not because I'm a mean person. It's because I felt uncomfortable.
It's because you were racist. That's what you are. You were racist. You racist cracker, you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, there's screwed up family situations, and then you've got screwed up. The kids can be screwed up. The parents can be screwed up. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it now. Well, I was saying I wouldn't rent if I had rental I wouldn't rent now either. There's so many things that I would not do.
No.
That 20 years ago I'd go, yeah, okay, I'll put up with it. Let's do this. Roll the dice. But nowadays, liability. I couldn't imagine the liability. Being a foster parent nowadays.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
No. Ain't no way I'm going to have somebody else's kid in my house. No.
Yeah. And I have met many other foster parents, and the majority of them are genuine people that want to help. And then you have the few that are in it for lack of better terms, the money.
The money and the control that what they're going to get. They treat the kids bad, and and it's just a cash cow for them. Yeah,
it is, and it's awful when you see that, and it's utterly just, it's disgusting when people do that. And so it has its ups and downs, but the problem with the foster care system is, you talk about how they should match them with the Jewish people and then the Hispanic people.
Let's make the best match possible.
It's impossible because they don't have enough.
Well, no, I know there's overflow. Yeah, there is. Yeah, but if you get a choice, just first, can you meet the basic criteria, and then you wing it from there. You wing it from there. But
see, here, you put yourself out to be one, because your house has to pass inspection. You have to. You not only have to pass the state inspection, you got to pass fire code. You got to pass, all of your. You've got to have your mental history that has to pass. You've got your criminal investigation part that you have to pass. You have so many things that you have to pass.
Well, you say that, but I know firsthand some people here in the state of New Hampshire that shouldn't have passed any of that shit, and they were still in the foster care business. Like, holy crap! Yeah, I'll have to tell you about some of that, in private.
But
holy shit!
I know 2 or 3 that, the same thing, but it's just because here in this state they're so desperate.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, you touched on one thing, a guardian ad litem.
Yeah.
What a joke.
God.
What a friggin' joke.
Yeah.
What a joke. A child advocate. What a joke.
Again, these are things, CPS and guardian ad litem, they sound like a good idea, and they come from what sounds like a noble intent. All the wrong people get involved in it, and then it's an abusive system. I tell you what, you try to get between me and my kids. Now they're all grown, but you try to get between me and my kids. You try to take away my authority as a parent. You want to violate my rights, you're going to end up in the hospital. I don't play them games. Let's see how this plays out. At worst, I might sit in jail for a little while, but you're going to be in the hospital, or worse.
I will tell you that I do know of a couple people that they, had that same attitude, and they went right back and they got paperwork from the judge, and they hauled the police came in full force.
Yeah.
And that was the end of that.
Yeah, your face ain't got a bulletproof vest on it. Yeah, I'll play it out. I don't care. Care. That's the way I am. I may not win in the end, but I'm taking a lot of people down with me. You don't mess with a man and his family. You don't do that. Now, I understand that some children need protection, and a lot of them do. But do it the damn right way. You start messing with the people that shouldn't be messed with. See, that's the problem with the system. They don't differentiate between who they need to be dealing with and the people they need to leave the hell alone. Everybody. Right. If you hit their radar, you're instantly wrong. You're wrong. You're the bad guy. You're the one that needs to be dealt with. Well, no, sorry. I'm not, and a lot of people aren't. And the people that aren't there, their lives go through hell. The same way as we talked about that couple there in Montana, and they took their daughter.
Yeah.
Nah, people would be in the ground. People would be in the ground. They try that shit with me. People would be in the ground. I'd be planting potatoes. You don't pull that shit.
Yeah.
I made that known throughout all of the kids growing up. Schools tried to pull shit like that. Oh, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. It's like, no, you're not. Well, yes, we can. No, you're not. Because I'm willing to play this shit out. Are you? See, all of these agencies rely upon people at some point backing down.
Yes, they do.
Or, like I said, the same thing with Child Protective Service. They expect people, if little Miss Pink Bow comes up with her little clipboard and her little name tag on, I'm from CPS and I'm coming into your house and I want to talk to your kids. Oh, it's CPS, then you're going to come in. No, you're going to come back with a warrant. You ain't talking to my kids.
What kind of fried my ass on one, it didn't happen to us, or it didn't happen to me, but one particular child had gone through multiple foster parents.
Mm-hmm.
And the accusations that child made at every one of these other foster parent houses,
mm-hmm.
they lied and they got away with it because they, listened to them.
Mm-hmm.
And afterwards it was proven wrong, but it took so long, and it like
literally
say,
it ruins people's lives.
It did. It ruined them for a few months, I mean, they really made life difficult for them.
Yeah, and if
it was
it's just a few months, they got off easy. They got off
and
easy.
it's all because of the child, you know, not getting what it wanted, and so then it used it.
Right. So again, and folks listening, we're not saying that all the children are bad. No. And we're not saying that all of the foster parents are bad, but there's good foster parents and there's bad foster parents. And there's good foster kids and there's bad foster kids. And a lot of the kids that make it into the system, they're damaged.
Yep.
And now we're living in a situation where damaged kids and being a victim is power. There is no way that I'm going to have a kid that isn't mine in my house.
No, I wouldn't do it today. And, you know, I can honestly say that I've had well over 100 kids come through the house.
Oh, you're greedy.
And yeah.
Gus, let somebody else have some of these kids.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Some of them were here for 24 hours. Yeah. Some of them were here for 3 weeks. Some of them were here for a month. Some of them were here for 4 or 5 days.
Some of them are buried in the basement. No, I didn't say that. No. Gus is like, stop it, John. You're going to get me in trouble.
Every one of them went out.
Yeah, and see, it's a needed thing. It used to be all of this shit was just, you'd go to the church, there'd be somebody in the church that can help you out and stuff. The state wasn't involved. There's all of the stuff that started out with good intent is turned into crap, and it's more of a liability than it's worth doing it. It's sad.
And I will tell you, because you had mentioned before that there were agencies that did it for foster care. Well, you had Easter Seals, you have, I can't even name, all these other ones that they hire and do their own foster parents for the kids, and they're what the hell's the word I'm looking for? They're like a contractor for the state of New Hampshire because
well, it's the same way with this other couple in Washington State. The state deals with these agency groups, be they an actual foster care system or what have you, and then they get farmed out from these places. So yeah.
Well, my point being is the better foster parents that I have ever met were actually state foster parents. I'm not saying that all of the other ones, but like you had, and I wish I could think of some of the other names. I keep picking on Easter Seals, but it's not just them. Yeah. They were the worst. They were the worst.
Well, it depends upon who's doing it, right? Yeah.
Supervision of the foster parent, and they would not weed out the ones that were in it for money. I mean, I can tell you, you go to California, there are some people that have kids with disabilities, and this is no joke. This one particular foster parent out there, they had 10 kids, and they all had disabilities, and they were getting, and this was years and years ago, they were getting $1,500 a month
per kid.
Plus per kid.
Yeah.
Plus food and everything else. So they were bringing in, somewhere around $2,500 a month per child. Per child.
Yeah.
And the quality of care that those kids were getting was shit.
Yeah, it's no better. It's no better than badly run orphanages.
Correct.
Yeah.
And there's hundreds of people out there that are doing that.
Yeah.
Because they have so many kids in the system out there. They have literally, they can have almost 1 million. Believe it or not, it sounds kind of high, but I bet you at this point in time, they could probably have 1 million kids in their system.
Mm.
No shit. 1 million kids that they're trying to take care of.
Well, let's just keep ruining the family unit, though.
Yeah.
More unintended consequences. Boy, this country, we need to pull our collective heads out of our collective asses.
Yeah. And then you talk to the social workers, the ones that are here, and the burnout rate of a social worker is incredible. 5 to 6 years. And they are burnt out. I
got no use for social workers and therapists, and I got no use for any of them. That shit started go down. I don't care how well intended they are. I got no use for any of them. All the wrong people get into those particular positions.
I have known some really good ones, and they really got burnt out.
I'd imagine they do, but I got the bureaucracy and the abuse that happens. I got no use for them. Fix the family.
Yeah.
Stop promoting. Well, number one, no fault divorce. I've said that the two biggest causes of collapse in the United States is the welfare system and no fault divorce. Two biggest things. Get rid of both of them. Cut back the welfare system so that it's a bare minimum. It's a machine. Look at all the people working on it.
Yeah.
It's an employment agency. There should be welfare should be short term. That's it. Unless you're elderly and truly affirmed, you shouldn't be on any sort of assistance. Period.
It was designed to be a short term.
No.
It was?
No, it wasn't. It was designed to hook people into depending upon the government. That's what the welfare system was designed for. That's why as soon as they ramped up the welfare system, the government was sending in their workers with flyers and stuff and knocking on doors all throughout the inner cities and handing out flyers saying, if you don't have a man in your house, you get this and you get this and you get this. Suddenly all the men are leaving the houses. No, I swear to God, Gus, I wish that the welfare system was designed for short-term help, and it wasn't. It was designed to help bring down the family unit and to get people dependent on government, because then the people that are depending upon government vote in a certain way because they know that they're going to get what they voted for. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. You look back to the beginnings of the welfare system. Oh, my God. Politicians bragging about how they're going to have this demographic and that demographic voting Democrat for the rest of their life because they're hooked on the stuff that the government's given them. It's like, holy crap.
Well, I find,
like Sanger hated blacks.
Yeah.
You know, Planned Parenthood was designed to kill as many blacks as she could.
It was.
None of the social programs were originally designed for the actual betterment of society and the people within it. It was to collapse society and to gain as much power that they could off of people that they turn into sheeple. I said, man, I wish that it was about short term, because I'm all for that. Somebody starts to fall, don't let them hit rock bottom. Catch them before they hit rock bottom. Give them just enough to save their bacon and back out and take care of themselves again. And then stop. Like I said, I was in charge of a food program at a church, and I said before I took over, I said, look, I'll do this and I'll run this, but I don't want to see the same families every single week. I want to fix the problem, identify those who need help, give them what they need, but do not have them be dependent, and do not have us be their daddies. What's their problem? If they're on drugs, let's get them off drugs. If they need a job, let's find them a job. If they don't have a working vehicle, so they can't get them back and forth to work, let's see if we can get them a working vehicle. These are the things that actually helps people out in the long run. It's not just giving them food every week. It's not handing them a $20 bill. And we talked about this before about the panhandlers. It's like, no, it becomes a way of life.
It does. It's a choice.
Right. Don't feed into it. Help them out. If you want help them out. Should be short term. Same way Scripture tells you, help those who need help.
Right.
The elderly, the affirmed, the widows, stuff like that. The people that affirmed, as in they can't work. It's impossible. Not that I don't want to hear this. There's no jobs. I don't care. Can you work? Yes. Then create a job. If you're living in a community, there is something that needs to be done. Scripture doesn't tell you if there's no jobs, give people shit. It's like, no. Scripture says, help the elderly and the affirmed. So the widows, the elderly, truly crippled, they can't do it, and the children. Everybody else, they work. Scripture says, those who can work and don't, let them starve. But that part's always forgotten. Oh, we're supposed to help everybody. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Well, I don't remember when it started, but I think it was the CCW when there was so many Americans that were out of work, and the country created the CCW to build roads, to do all the improvements, and they would pay these guys, to do a fair wage, they would pay them a wage to do, for the work that they did every week. And I mean, that's how a lot of the roads here in New Hampshire were built.
Not a problem with that. And I've said that before. You take taxpayers' money, work for it.
Yeah.
Sweep the streets. Can you imagine how clean the streets would be? Sweep the streets.
I know.
Here you go, Jim. Here you go, Betty. You're going to, for 8 hours a day, here's your broom. Just go down the sidewalks and sweep. Clean out the gutters, rake leaves, do something,
Look at, I know this is an awful way to put it, but look at the prisoners. They volunteer to go pick up the sides of the road because it gets them out.
Gets them out, yeah. It gets them out.
So they gave them an incentive so that they'll, they can go out, be outside, and do whatever, and as long as they're doing it, then they're having a blast, so to speak. It's better than sitting in there staring at four walls.
Right, in the same way with the basic welfare. Giving them money and giving them food stamps and giving them this, and all they do is they sit there, and they're not even cleaning off their own front porches.
No.
It's like, no, make them work for what they get. There's no shame in that. Oh, but I got kids. Good. Then what you do is you gather up all the kids and you bring them to some place. You make a daycare center. And the parents rotate in. So today you're watching the kids. Tomorrow she's watching the kids. The next day she's watching. And in the other days, you're out again. You're sweeping or you're mopping floors or you're picking up trash. You're doing something. We talked about that, UBI. Universal Basic Income. Oh, it'll free people up and they can become artists and musicians. No, they won't. And we know that's true because we've already seen the welfare system. If that was the case, the inner cities would be the most artistic, most clean, most, the kids would be best behaved because the parents were free they had the time to do it and they'd be painting things. And it doesn't happen that way. It doesn't happen that way. Those who are inclined to paint are going to paint, whether they got a job or not. It's not like, oh, gee, Sally, different Sally. Sally, she's a secretary. And if she could only work 3 days a week and she was on UBI, then suddenly she'd be this great composer. No, she wouldn't. Because if she had that spark, she'd be doing it after work anyway. She'd be spending her evenings doing that. It's not suddenly, now I've got all this free time, so I'm going to do all. No, it doesn't work like that. If you are driven to do it, you're going to do it.
Yeah. It's just like me. I mean, if you said to me, oh, gosh, you're going to be an artist, No, I'm not. I can't even draw a straight line.
Right. Yeah, Gus is going to get this great creativity because you're giving him $300, $400, $1,000, $1,500 a month extra. No,
Nope.
no, he's not. And again, if you were naturally inclined, you'd probably already have a sketch pad when you got home from work.
I would.
You'd be sitting down and you'd be sketching because that's what people who are artistic. They'd be playing an instrument. They'd be writing a sonnet. They'd be writing a book. They'd be writing poetry. You know, they do this
because it makes them feel good.
That's what they that's want right. To do. That's what they're driven to do. It's none of this. Oh, they don't have time. Plus, the fact is, like, let's be honest about it. The vast majority of people have more time even after they work their what they think is a long work week than most humans did throughout human history.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's you and I have talked about this before. It's like I worked 40 hours a week, sometimes 50 or 60, and I still came home. I still built a house. I still had 11 kids. I had, I would be getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, going to bed at 1 o'clock or midnight.
Right.
I would do that day after day after day. Now that I'm retired and I don't work, and I go out to do something for 3 or 4 hours, and I go, geez, I'm tired, and I go in and I say, how the hell did I do that before?
Well, you were younger. Yeah. But people have always found time. Farmers get up before the crack of dawn, start their chores, end it after the sun went down, and they'd still have time to. They'd play a guitar, or they'd sit and they'd read a story with the kids. They'd still do things.
And it didn't matter for age for them either. So that's why I'm saying, age made no difference. It didn't matter. You and I both have known farmers that have, 85 years old. They were in better shape than we are.
Well, some of them. But yeah, it's because you're just active all the time. You're active
I know
all the time.
A few that were in their 80s and they could outwork a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
And
they
laugh
also
at it.
They were used to the work, and they also knew how to pace themselves, and there was a lot of things involved in it. But yeah. Especially 20-year-olds now, 30-year-old now, 40-year-olds now.
Yeah.
Because they're just not doing it.
No, they don't have the drive to. That's the problem.
But like I said, regardless, you free people up with time. They're not going to suddenly blossom into these artists and poets and, because they were always out there. We've always known, growing up, you always knew somebody they were old and they worked the factory or they worked the farm and they could spout poetry or they knew songs or they played an instrument or they painted or they sculpt. That's what they did. What they did to earn a living or to sustain themselves in life did not prevent them from their artistic endeavors. Because those who are inclined are going to do it. Right. And those that aren't, you can't alleviate. There's no amount of things to alleviate from them to suddenly have them blossom into these great intellectual or artistic entities. It doesn't work like that.
No, sir.
Judy says being active is a big deal. It is. We talked about that too. The biggest part of when people retire and they age really fast, it's not their age, it's their activity level changes. You see people who are active their whole life and they're fine.
Yeah, I stay busy. I have days I don't feel like I want to do a damn thing. But then there's other days I'm like a friggin' freight train and I want to go and don't stop.
Don't hurt yourself though.
Yeah.
Because that can happen. It's like, man, I used to be able to do this all day and I'm only doing it for 3 hours. Yeah, take your time. Pace yourself. You can do it.
Yeah, I know
Just pace yourself.
I know, but you get my point.
Yeah. Just be careful sleeping. That's where we hurt ourselves the most. But yeah.
Speaking of that.
Yeah, what?
What was it? The other night, I went to bed. Felt great. I got up the next morning, and I felt like somebody had beat the living crap out of me. I had a crick in my neck, and it was awful. I said, "Oh, because I went to bed." Friggin' John.
Right, you didn't see me, did you? John was here. John was here. Damn it! He was wearing his ninja costume, and he snuck in and beat the shit out of me when I was sleeping.
He got by my goddamn dog and my bird.
Damn it!
Yeah. How is that possible?
The dog's the easy part. The bird, I don't know.
Yeah, you heard the bird.
Yeah, the bird. Yeah, I'm not worried about the dog. We can hush the dog. It's that bird though. That's something else. Gus has got a bird. She's very vocal.
To say the least.
Very, very vocal. Oh my goodness.
He'll even tell you goodbye when you leave.
Yeah. Well.
Goodbye. See you later. As the squeak at the door.
Yeah, quite a vocal chick, vocal gal. The bird. What kind of bird is she?
She's a double yellow-headed parrot.
Oh, double. She white though, isn't she? I thought she was white. She looked white to me.
No, she's got a lot of colors.
Oh, well.
So she does have some white on on her wings in places, yeah.
Oh,
but
okay.
she's mainly green, yellow, and then she's got some other.
I guess you'll have to apologize. I guess I didn't pay enough attention to her.
Yeah.
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 Just walk back and forth in front of her.
Yeah, and she enjoyed every second of company too.
Yeah.
Damn bird.
And your puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah, your puppy.
Golden.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
How old is she?
3.5.
3.5. Yeah.
Yeah. Still acts like a puppy though.
Yeah. She looks and acts young.
Yeah.
Full grown, but looks young. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah, not like Hudson. Hudson looks old now. He's old. It's all white in the face.
Yeah, I can't. She will eventually get that way. Her face will fill out and get kind of chunky, and she'll get lots of gray hair. And...
Yeah, don't we all?
Yeah. Yeah.
Except for me. Don will say, "Did you lose some weight?"
Yeah.
Oh, God. That gal's got no filter. She doesn't have a filter. Is you out there, Donna? You listen to the show. Oh, goodness.
It's all in fun.
Yeah, she got no filter.
Well, does it like it is.
Well, at least how she sees it. That's it. So there's one thing. She tells it like she sees it.
Yeah.
I think my beard's looking good, so I don't care. It's coming in even. Sometimes it doesn't come in as even as I'd like to. It doesn't grow as my left side for some reason doesn't grow as full as the right side does. So sometimes when it comes in, roll over. That's what the missus says, because I lay on my right side all the time.
Yeah.
She says, you need to lay on the other side. Just like, well, yeah. But it's coming in fairly even, so it's okay. It's okay. Yep. Not itching. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
A lot of times it gets to a certain length and it starts itching. So I either got to shave it down or I end up pulling out bald spots. So it's like, no, and it's not itching, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And the missus likes it. She goes, I like it. It's good. It's good. It's like, okay. Yep. Get long, I'll braid it. No. Get 2 braids. Get two Viking braids coming down. I might be able to pull off a look like that, but I don't think I've never had my beard that long enough to braid it. This is about as long as I've ever had it. Might let it grow a little bit fuller and then keep it about this length. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. Unless Donna says she doesn't like it. Oh, goodness.
All right. Well, I'm going to...
Yeah, it's 5 after 10.
Yeah.
So we made it 2 hours. But yeah, thanks for stopping in and yakking with us and sharing your experience on the foster care system from your particular angle.
Yep.
And thank you everybody else for joining the show. Next show is Sunday, unless we're all snowed in. We're not. It's like, oh, John, don't say that. No, we won't be.
Shut up.
Yeah. So see you online on Facebook. Be up bright and early, putting out more content. Watching the storm as it comes through. I really don't think we're going to get. Cross my fingers, knock on wood. I hope that we're not going to get hammered with any major amounts of snow. Peggy says good night all, and thank you, John. You're welcome, Peggy. Thank you for showing up. Judy, Orion, Laurel didn't show up.
No, I think she went. She was driving somewhere. I thought
she was driving somewhere. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said she had to go someplace, and she didn't know whether she'd be back. So we'll see, Laurel.
Night,
we were thinking about you, Laurel, and I know some other people who joined the show, and they didn't holler in. But yeah, I'll see you all online tomorrow and the next, and live on Sunday. Thank you for coming, and God bless, and take care.
Good night, everyone.